real quick, I want to talk a little bit about choices. And I'm probably going to make multiple recordings of this today, possibly. But yeah, it turns out that I'm looking back over choices I've made, things that I was really excited about, but were actually not good for me, or were basically worse choices for me to make. And here's the thing, it's weird how when you've been through a lot of traumatic events, the way it affects the way your brain works and your decision making, your impulsivity, that contributes to you thinking a bad choice is a good choice, or you can't even comprehend what a better choice is or what that looks like. You know, it's basically shocked you into denormalizing and alienating yourself from good choices. You know, because the hold of that traumatic event is so severe and goes so deep into your psyche that's all you see. And so when you make a choice, no matter how much you want it to be good, including with relationships, if they're, and you know, this is excluding this. How do I put this? It's always going to, no matter how put together you are, no matter how strong you may show yourself to be, no matter how accomplished you may be, it will always drag you down to make a choice that's based around your past self or based around reflections of the trauma you experienced. It will just pull you backward. And I talked about how trauma only does two things with regard to time. It freezes you in place in time, or it pulls you backward. It never goes forward. You have to address it so that you can move forward and leave it behind. It's a time freezing condition that pulls you backward. So when you make a choice based upon a traumatic event, based upon this, and this, I hope this makes sense, but basically if you're making choices based on who you were when you were a traumatized person, just because you hope things have changed and there's no real evidence to show that it has, you're just going to drag yourself backward again. You'll regress. And I'm not, this is more about you and not just other people involved in the choices quite as much. It's about you, your identity, how you identify with certain decisions that you desperately so badly want to make, that you desperately want to turn out okay. All you're going to do is end up dragging yourself down and freezing yourself and everybody else in place. But most of all you. And so the only thing you can do sometimes is accept that I can't make certain choices right now. I need to work on this perception I have of the world that is being filtered by my traumatic experiences that shaped the way I think. I need to address that first before I make any big decisions or choices. Sometimes, and I'm not giving professional medical advice, this is just an opinion that I have as a person who goes through therapy and works through my own traumatic experiences. It's so important to accept that sometimes you just can't make certain choices right now. It's okay. It's okay to not be able to make choices about having a relationship or what direction to take a relationship. It's okay to not know where your life is headed. It's okay to have a goal, but it's all right to set that aside and say, okay, I need to look at this first because I need to take a look at this. I need to go to therapy, or I need to do some kind of work that helps me untangle myself from trauma, because that is the thing that will actually push me forward. That's what we need to say to ourselves, I think, in many cases. Do what you can, take care of yourself, make simple choices first. Like if you can't get out of bed on certain days, or you can't seem to get your routine together, start with something small, make a small choice. That's what I did when I was severely depressed, because a few years back I had to stop working, and I was sad about it. I missed work. I didn't like how I was treated in the workplace, but I missed the work that I did, if that makes sense, because I helped a lot of people. And I felt depressed about losing that, and I had to learn to move on from it. And for a while I couldn't get out of bed. And I've moved on from that. I have better things that are more that are more reflective of who I am now. But at the time I was sad. I was sad about losing that. And so what I did is I just got out of bed a few minutes earlier than the day before. I took a shower once. I took a bit longer of a shower to give myself a little extra self-care. Eventually I added on making my bed. And then, this is kind of like the Atomic Habits concept. I forget the name of the author of that book, but I started piling on more and more habits and seeking out the help that was available to me at the time. And then I eventually grew a whole daily routine. And no, I'm not 100% there yet, but the point is I made momentum. And then if I regressed or fell backward, metaphorically, I didn't beat myself up over it, because I knew I was going to make progress anyway. I was just addressing something that was a roadblock and then moving forward. And if I may make I like using astrology symbolically. I don't literally interpret it. So it's like retrograde. People are all scared of retrograde in the astrology community. It's not something to be afraid of. It's just showing you what's in the way so you can address it and move on. You know what I mean? It's showing you. To me, that's what it says. So symbolically speaking, when you make progress, but then you get 10 steps back or whatever, it's just showing you, here's what you need to look at so you can continue to progress forward. And you just keep doing that and moving forward. And then eventually, sometimes you get big breakthroughs, sometimes you get little ones, sometimes you get none at all, sometimes you push backward. But you are always making progress, even if it looks like you're going backward first. And when it comes to choices, it's okay to rest from making big choices. It's okay to not have that figured out. Don't feel pressured to make a bunch of big choices that deep down you're just not ready to make. You don't have the capacity for it. It's okay. I'm here to tell you, as a lay person who just has gone through a lot of work, a lot of therapy, and is still doing work, it's okay to not be able to make those choices yet. It's all about figuring out who you are and how to disentangle yourself from the traumatic experiences that you've been through, whatever's holding you back. Clarify yourself and then make choices, and you'll be about, I'm almost certain you'll be a lot happier, because that's what's happening for me. Don't delay on the work that you know will help you. And I believe in you.